If I have 7 or so folks in church on average, then I am operating at a normal capacity for my zip code. The Federated Church that I serve has an ASA of 35 these last 9 months. Our attendance is far above what this baseline would predict, which gives us something worth investigating. When you've completed your index, I'd ask you to email me a copy at raspear@sewanee.edu and then set up a one-to-one with me to review it together. Only 3 questions remain for us in the Worship Ecology Index. 1. Is this congregation functioning within the ecology that surrounds it? For instance, my Bedford County church has an ASA of 40 and a Worship Ecology Index of 42. We are about as big as we can be for the zip code. 2, is it serving more people than its ecology would predict? The Cowan Church is over-functioning its zip code, which means it has reached and expanded beyond its neighborhood. Who's coming from outside the zip code? What relationships or practices have extended the church's reach? What does that tell us about its actual ecology? Is there still work to do? 3, is there still work to do? A church with an ASA of 10 with a worship ecology of 25 has reason to investigate the gap. It may indicate an internal dysfunction, but it may also expose a weakness in the assumptions or the geographic boundaries of the index. That's where our conversation begins. The Worship Ecology Index only tells us where to begin. 2 later instruments will help us examine the congregation's worshiping life and its relationship with its neighbors so that we can understand what may be shaping the number. Notice something. None of those answers declare success or failure. They just tell us where to begin the conversation. That is the work of this cohort. We're going to learn how to look at congregations as organisms in ecologies and not organizations in economies. We're going to pay attention to the places where God has already planted us instead of constantly comparing ourselves with churches we might most likely never become and won't likely even meet. We're going to practice asking better questions so that when the conversation moves up into the lands of numbers and ratios and trends, we have data from the lowest part of the hierarchy of influence to guide those conversations, not the highest. I believe the future of the church will not be found by building bigger organizations. I believe this research can confront the narrative of decline with a theology of vitality that strengthens small and rural churches as living expressions of the body of Christ within the ecologies God has placed them. That's where our work begins, and I thank you for joining me in it.